The Fujifilm X100V. It's the most hyped up camera I think I've ever seen. It was released in 2020, but here we are today. If you try to buy one, you can't. They're sold out everywhere, unless you want to pay like 3 times the retail price. But why? And I think the big question is, should you buy it today, or should you wait for the new one? By the way, before we get too deep in the weeds, if you've got a Sony camera and you like the way that Fuji camera colors look, then check this video out because I've got some free presets that I'm giving away that'll help you turn your Sony camera into something like a Fuji color. One of the first questions I ask myself when I'm going somewhere interesting is, what size of camera do I want to bring? Do I want to bring my big Sony mirrorless camera with options? Do I want to bring a 35mm film camera? Or do I want to bring this Fujifilm X100V? Usually, the X100V wins. I find that this camera's form factor means that it can go anywhere. It's never in my way. It means you can bring it to concerts or NFL games or just with you in daily life, and it looks good doing so. You don't look like the crazy wacko wrapping a full massive DSLR setup. You've got just a little camera with you that looks stylish and honestly people will probably think is a Leica. Admittedly, pretty trapped by the design here, but it does make a difference and it makes me want to grab it and take photos with it. So form is important, but only if it still functions. And I think this is where the design shows just how elegant it is, because it's a camera that just doesn't get in your way. Want an old school rangefinder feel? Then use the optical viewfinder. Want something more modern so you know that what you see is what you get? Then switch to the hybrid viewfinder or the tilt-up screen. It's got all the basic requirements of modern autofocus that's good, not great, and all of the sort of tactile functions that make it fun to use when you're changing exposure, shutter speed, aperture, ISO. It's just a tough little camera that you can bring everywhere and doesn't get in your way when it comes to capturing photos. Oh, and if you screw on a little UV filter, then it's totally weather resistant. You can bring it into everything. Lastly, the image quality is great, all the way into the night. Fujifilm cameras aren't necessarily masters of low light, but their X-Trans sensors are really good at looking good in low light. And the reason is because the ISO grain that's added to images as you dial up ISO looks like film grain. So it gives it almost an organic texture that just looks pleasing on the photos. And it also means that the colors tend to continue to look good even if you're pushing the ISO. So in practice, I have photos from everywhere that all look great. Yes, I have a sharper camera. Yes, I have sharper lenses and a sensor that's got more dynamic range, but it's hard to push this camera into positions where it can't handle. Now, there's plenty of cameras with wonderful form factors that function exceptionally well, but why is this thing still selling out 3 years after it was released for double, sometimes triple its price in resale? Because I think ultimately this camera is fun. Its form factor makes it easy to pick up and its function means it won't get in your way. Add in the flexibility to use it like an OG rangefinder camera or a totally modern point and shoot. Add in the film simulations to make your photos look incredible right out of camera, and you've got yourself the X100V. A camera that really does make you want to go out and shoot more photos and is a joy to use while doing it. I think ultimately that's what makes this camera so compelling. Everybody wants to pick it up and keep using it because it's just fun to use. It's sold out everywhere, but should you try to buy it? Rumor has it a new one's on the way very soon. And it's allegedly got a few interesting things that might make it worth waiting for. But let me start with some of the things that I think I would maybe want more of out of this camera. So the first thing is video. This is not a video camera, it's a point and shoot photo camera. But they did add video features, and Fuji's capable of adding excellent video. This camera's got a built-in ND filter, so it could be something that's just perfect for capturing little vignettes along your way and being able to transpose those into high quality footage without even noticing it. Now right now it's pretty good, but it's limited to 8-bit. And 8-bit just doesn't have the color depth when you do any color grading. And so I wish the new one had 10-bit video. Now the second thing kind of goes with that video is image stabilization. This camera doesn't have any sort of built-in image stabilization, and that means, particularly in video, it's hard to do anything handheld. And lastly, and this is maybe a bit nitpicky, and I think people are going to disagree, but I wish it had more sensor resolution. And the reason is because it's a fixed focal length 35mm camera, so I wish I had a little bit of cropping room on it. And I also want the ability to use this to take photos that I can print massive. I'm talking 60, 70 inches wide massive, because I'm spoiled and used to shooting on a 61 megapixel Sony camera, so I want something with a little bit more resolution. Probably don't need it. So if I look at the rumors for this new one, whatever they're going to call it, it might have the new X100V sensor, which means it's going to be 40 megapixels. We know they do 10-bit video with that sensor, but I don't know if they can do that. So I don't know if they can give us 10-bit video, but I hope so. And I hope it is the 40 megapixel sensor. And lastly, I've also heard that they might be putting image stabilization in. Now that would be perfect because that solves all my problems. So if I were looking at the X100V, I might wait and see what the new one has.